Welcome, everybody, to Palestine. Just like the one in the Middle East, it's on fire.
Long live Palestine, Ohio, baby.
Bomb Palestine, Ohio. That's crazy, AB, that you just said that.
I said long live.
Yeah, I don't think he said
I
bomb.
said long live.
I think you somehow managed to.
I said long live Palestine, Ohio.
Bomb Palestine,
No.
Ohio.
Oh, no.
Bomb Palestine, Ohio.
No.
Don't do that.
Nope.
Send love.
Let's move on from this story.
Yeah.
So much love to Palestine, Ohio. So much love to
And the other
Palestine,
Palestine.
Ohio.
All the
50
Palestinians
minutes
in the world.
on this. Let's move on. Everybody seems to think you're going to get a strike for what you just said. No, it's
What?
no. Everybody
you talking
relax. It wasn't that big a deal.
Airstrikes.
It was obviously a goof, not that serious at all.
Trust me, I have a sense of these things.
I
After
do
working
too.
with Ethan for a few years.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, no.
Just a goofball. I just misheard AB.
My fault.
Well, that's not what you said, so. Long live Palestine, Ohio.
It's not your fault.
The joke, of course, is that you don't support the other Palestine, AB?
I do. Long
Just
live
kidding.
the other Palestine as well.
Putting you on the hot seat there a little bit. Swinging it back at you. I support Palestine as well. Both in Ohio and the Middle East.
And the good news is we're getting that kill switch soon too, right? In other
Yeah.
It is in the works. Theoretically, we'll have it in a few weeks here. So
It's $20,000. That's how serious
yeah,
we are.
I didn't want to.
It costs
I don't wanna say that
$20,000
at
fucking
once,
dollars for
but-
this thing.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And it's going to pay for itself in like a week, probably.
Pay itself.
I care.
Wait, really?
And I kill.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's high-end professional broadcast video gear and it's expensive. I said from the beginning it was going to be expensive. It was actually, I still underestimated. I thought it was going to be like $7 or $8 grand, but it ended up being quite a bit more than that.
Well, the technology is pretty interesting, right? I mean,
It's really good. I mean, this is the device that's used on. They were probably using it on the Super Bowl last night.
right. Wow. So that's a good deal if you're talking about the Super Bowl. But for us, that's a lot of money.
Yes, indeed. But I mean, if it prevents one strike, it will have paid for itself.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my attitude.
Oh, yeah. It prevents one sponsor from
Airstrikes.
leaving.
Right, exactly.
It pays
So,
for itself.
yeah. Yeah, the chat's at 20K well spent. Somebody said.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
And
At this
it's-
point, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be totally honest with you guys. At this point, with all the dumb shit I've said, I've definitely lost millions of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating when I tell you I've lost millions, several millions, not even just one.
Of Jews.
No. What the fuck?
Millions of Jews is the.
So 20K is pretty good. You'd think that I'd be more bothered by it, but I kind of just
Just get
see
a
it-
couple.
Well, yeah, I mean, once you're well off enough, what's a couple million, right? Between you and
Well,
I.
That's a lot of money, Dan.
No, I know. Somebody said that's why you're the greatest. That's right. He does.
That's right.
He's laying it all on the line.
That's why I'm the greatest. That's what I was getting
Best
at.
to ever do it.
I'm the best that ever did it. That's right. This is why you're watching.
You're of course referring to over the course of like
The
the
history
run of the
show.
podcast,
Yeah.
like the amount of
Yeah.
canceled sponsors that have happened,
Yes.
and getting banned, and
Yeah,
yada yada.
yeah. And sponsors. But it's okay. You know what I mean? Well, the kill switch is going to be a fun element. I feel like it's going to be something fun to play with anyway.
Yeah, people have been asking me if I'm worried that it's going to wind up getting me in trouble with you if I use it in something, in an instance where
Well,
you're like, oh, that
it
would have been fine.
Yeah, it might piss me off, but I feel like that will be interesting content also. Like the conflict will be good.
Okay, that's true.
I feel only good things coming out of this.
Dan, you got to be on your A game, man. Ethan's going to be much more loose lipped now.
No,
that
I'm
that
not.
worries me too.
I'm
Is
not.
that you're
No,
going to
no,
lean
no.
on it.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
But what are we going to set it to? Like 30 seconds?
The model that we're getting can do it's variable, and yeah, you can do. I believe that one goes up to a minute and a half, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and a half.
I don't want to add too much delay.
No, I agree because the longer the delay, the harder it is to interact with chat and everything. So
I think 30 seconds is good. It's going to be funny. We're going to be like, okay, do we hit the button? 30 seconds. That'll be interesting to see what Dan hits the button on.
What will chat see when it's black or when it's like crossed over? Just black?
You can determine. It can either, this. We can have it cut to that
Awesome.
retroactively. You can also just have it, I believe, just dump the footage. Because the thing is, you're on a delay. And so if you remove 10 seconds, it'll just skip ahead. So from the viewer's perspective, there'll just be a sudden jump cut to
I think we
a few seconds later.
should do the technical difficulty thing. One is funny, and two, it allows us to use the button again.
Right.
Big, massive dump.
Because if you cut forward, then you lose your lead.
Well, so here's what the $20,000 gets you is this device is actually smart enough that once you do that, it has a makeup mode where it will then start playing back the rest of the podcast ever so slightly sped up, like 105% speed or something.
Yeah.
So it's not really perceptible, but then it will gain back that lost time.
Dude, this thing's insane.
Rewind time.
Like I said, I mean,
Technology's
this is the real deal. This is like what's used in control rooms for network TV and stuff.
Is this your dream to be? You get work with all the highest tech shit, bro.
I mean, I would love to.
So who's gonna have the kill switch? Just
You and I. There'll be two.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
You'll have one on your desk, and then I'll have.
It's just gonna be like a big
software.
red button. Can we do something like that?
It literally is that. I'll show
That's
you what it looks
awesome.
like.
Yes.
It's like kind of comical. It looks kind of.
Can we get a big red button shot for the kill switch?
You'll probably be able to see it next to you if you just have it right next to your laptop there.
So we're gonna have 30 seconds to kind of convene real fast. It's like the nuclear codes.
Sir,
it's
it's
the
a little
nuke is
different
on the
than
way.
that.
What do we do?
We could pre-record something that shows us hitting the button. So when you hit it, that's what plays.
That's what plays.
Yeah.
This is slam down.
That's a really good idea, AB.
Yes, this is what it looks like.
So what's the two different buttons?
One is audio and one is video.
Oh, so audio is actually
You can just
solve
dip
our
it. You can
problem.
have it just dip out audio as well.
Although people would still
Audio.
could read my lips, which might be a problem. Better to just
It gives
dump it all.
plausible deniability. Well, I mean, it's totally.
Yeah, not if the
you're out.
audio drops out because I hit the doom button.
Right.
That pretty much.
Well,
confirms.
it's interesting. It also has this fancy thing where instead of you can set it to either do a beep, like a sensor beep, or to just drop out the audio altogether, or it has this fancy thing where it will scramble your voice with some sort of audio processing, so it sounds like you're speaking some made up
That's insane.
alien language, but it's still your voice. Like
See, I don't
still
like that
recognizable
because I
as you.
feel like if I was watching that, I would think I was like having an aneurysm or something. I'm not going. I mean, dude.
Right, you already do that.
Okay, this is exciting. Actually, shit. I'm pretty hyped for this.
Yeah.
All my haters are crying at home right now.
I feel like all massive streamers should have one of those, to be
So
honest.
I was talking about this the other day, and maybe I shouldn't say this publicly, but the fact that this is something that does this function, there are really primitive ways to do it. Like I could do something similar than this to this without spending this much money, but it would be way clunkier and less reliable. And obviously, you need this to be reliable. Otherwise, what's the point? But yeah, with the amount of times that streamers, yourself included,
Make
pop off
oopsie-doopsies.
and make oopsie doopsie, I feel like there is a market segment for
You wanna invest in this?
entrepreneuring. Well, if you could make one that's more of like a prosumer version that only costs like $1,000 instead of 20, and then you could sell it to
Shark Tank.
streamers.
I do.
Let's go to Shark Tank, baby.
Oh,
I've
Mr.
gotta get on
Wonderful
that.
would love this.
I do feel like it would probably be very expensive and take a long time to actually make that product.
Yeah, I'm not the person to do it, but it's somebody smarter than me.
Let's
But
not
Dan-
talk about making money.
But
Give me a call.
I'd love to invest, but I just lost millions of dollars to our sponsors.
I got it.
It's kind of a vicious cycle.
Time to invest.
No,
I'll do
I agree with you, Dan. It's a great product, and I'm very excited to have it.
People said the thing is the chat delay might kill interactivity. Yeah, I mean, that's the trade-off, right? Like, it is nice to be able to have a real-time back and forth with your audience, and that's definitely one of the big appeals for streaming, but you got to weigh that versus losing your livelihood
Well, listen,
by getting banned.
I don't
So-
think anyone else really has this problem on the level that we do. $20,000 is a lot of fucking money.
Nobody else has an Ethan. Nobody does it like Ethan.
That's it.
Baby.
Everybody does it. Meatball Ethan.